Hello, everyone. Welcome to Our Lives After. This is episode number three. Season
It's for sure
Season 2.
Season 2, episode 3.
I was very
Definitely
confident.
greater than 2 at the very least.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that for
over
sure.
2 for sure.
It's
Yep.
June. We're not doing math, okay?
Yeah, I'm not a math
We're not
gay.
doing math.
Nope.
I
If you're
am, but
still
I'm not
mutant,
doing it
come
anyway.
for it.
I'm not doing math in solidarity.
Oh, thank you.
It's also
I
it's
love
also your Black
math.
History Month. Don't do shit. Don't do shit.
Well, welcome in, everyone. We'll do some intros here in case this is your first time. Also, welcome to all of the lovely people in chat if this is your first time. Hello. It's a pleasure to see you. Strap in. This is a very chaotic group here, so I think you'll have a good time. But yeah, let's introduce ourselves. I'll start. I'm Stella Luna. I use any all pronouns. I do TTRPG stuff, and I'll be playing Viscera. Viscera is a entropist necromancer. Very tsundere. Has a cool sword. Last episode, we did a bathhouse episode, and she had her big mommy milkies out, so that was great.
Boy.
That was my
Real.
yeah, that was my highlight of the episode. But I'll pass it on over to Lexi.
Oh my gosh, yeah. My name's Lexi. I use he, she pronouns, and I'm playing Mir, who uses she, he pronouns. What am I playing? Maybe it'd be good to know that. If only I knew how to work Roll20. I'm playing a Fury Darkblade mutant amalgam. A himbo with a dark past. We love to see it. That's gonna be it. I can bounce it over to Drac.
Hi, yes, Austin, I'm silencing you on Pride. I have extra power this month because it's also Black History Month here, so I've double the power. I've double the power to take that, Austin. Hi, I'm Jack Draconics. Confinement also is Draconics, DRAKONIQUES. I do teacher RPG stuff as well. I perform in actual plays, produce actual plays, I write teacher RPGs. But today I'm playing Adana Marseille, any and all pronouns. I guess Adana has hope because now they've met someone that also wishes to leave this goddamn weird fantasy world, and they don't feel so wild and ridiculous for thinking that this should be possible now. Also has definitely stared for way too long at Mir's muscles in the bathhouse, and I don't think they're very good at hiding their facts.
Happy Pride.
It's allowed.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
I am gonna throw it over to Alex.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Loveless today, your favorite pirate captain. And he be cooking a lot, but there might be something changing in the back scenes here because I have an interesting build I kind of want to run. But outside of that, I do mostly design stuff. I'm working on a game right now about pirates, and yeah, other than that, I'm like super excited, not for the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set, but for the Gundam card game that's coming out, because I don't believe in overpricing cardboard. I'm looking at you, unnamed large entity that rules half the space that we work in. And with that, I will hand it over to Liv.
Wait, before you do, I have to request Emma, be strong, okay? Don't let Alex respec whenever he wants, okay? Listen.
Whoa! Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
He came to me after last session and was like, "Hey, I'm not really using the cooking stuff. Can I switch my level that's in that to something else?"
Stella, I'm putting the gun in your hand. Put it up. Put it up.
Please don't. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
Listen, Alex, Drac, and I are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and literally every single time we open the fucking game,
Every time.
every time,
not true.
multiple
Not true.
times, Alex is like, "Oh, I'm just gonna change my build real quick."
That's a lie
oh
because
my God.
sometimes we open the game and we can't access the camp, okay? So I have to wait 35 minutes to actually go back to town. All right?
Okay, first of all, let's start from the top. Alex.
Yes.
Bestie.
What up?
That's unhinged.
Stand up.
Hold on, we are gonna find your meds because that's not okay. Secondly, only because the camp wasn't available.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's
That's pretty
not-
a time when we got in, and the first thing I heard,
we're gonna
the
find
first thing I heard
your
Alex say.
meds. We're gonna find your meds, and we're gonna find you a better lawyer. Like, my God.
I remember we opened the game. Literally, the first thing Alex said about the game was like, "Damn, we can't go to camps. I can't respec." And I was like, "God, we literally just opened the game. We're in the middle of enemy territory. Come on, Alex."
Gosh.
But yes,
Oh.
without further
Listen,
ado,
everyone gets one free minor respec before the end of season 2. After that,
Okay.
no more.
One.
That's so
That's fine.
fair. Welcoming to the table is Living the Day.
My name's Liv. You can follow me on social media at Live in a Day. I don't do shit nowadays. It feels like that at least. But I'm here and you can catch me here, and it's very good to see everybody. I play Cielo and Rio, who is a chanter, an elementalist, and technically she's an orator. She be spitting. I personally use she, they pronouns, but Cielo uses she, her, and we're gonna pass it off to Emma? Yeah, I think that's everybody, right? Yeah.
I'm
I
the
was like,
last
wait,
one, yeah.
let me count. Oh my God, I
Hello.
get into the goat. Okay, take it away, Emma.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Emma, also known as Emmapanada. You can find me on Blue Sky, I guess, kind of. I have a personal account that's at Emmapanada that I'm not used to using yet. But then I also am running a TTRPG called All the Witches, and I post there almost daily updates on how that's going. So if you want to follow that progress, you can. But I'm the GM for this game and for these wonderful players, and hopefully tonight's fun.
Tonight will be
And that's my
fun.
intro.
Tonight will be great. And we'll start off with the trailer. Please enjoy.
As the waters of the bathhouse still for the evening, and the stars above Modeste shine down on Loveless being comforted by the winds of the ocean for the first time in what feels like forever, we find Cielo in her room at the inn. Mir rests on the floor, seemingly disturbed by her sleep, while Cielo feels a deep sickness in her bones. Ever since the fire, you felt ill. It started as a simple ache that you tried to ignore, but throughout the day it's only grown more and more, making its presence known, making its presence all you know. While the others went and bathed and ventured around Modeste, you instead stayed behind at the inn, resting in bed as you felt worse and worse. A fever has taken you. And while you've tried to sleep in hopes of feeling better as you wake, the comforts of rest have evaded you. As you lay in bed, you look at the handkerchief in your hand with a single blue stitch on it. Your thoughts drift back to Refnal as Talvine was saying her goodbyes and handing out snacks to everyone. She approached you with her kind smile and handed you a bag of nuts and hardened honey as well, but then she also handed you this handkerchief and whispered, "I hope this isn't too much. You may not wear the plain cloth, but I wanted you to know how much I've appreciated you and your friends' help in the short time you've been here.
Thank you. Um, I've appreciated our conversations and your company.
Oh, it's nonsense. I've hardly done a thing, but you all you're very kind. Thank you. Um, may this protect you on your journey, and may you remember the kind things you've done here. And I hope kindness is repaid.
Thank you. Um, and I take it like very gingerly, very carefully, because to me, this is something that is clearly precious. And I'm going to fold it up very carefully and tuck it into the pocket of my robes. Give me 1 second while I cough.
It makes
Thank you.
sense. You're sick.
Yeah, that's true. It just wasn't that, dainty and cute.
It's
Uh,
in character.
in character. But yeah, I take it and I put it away very carefully. Um, and I just say, back where I come from, there's a word that we use to describe people like you. Iconic. I think you're iconic. I think you're great.
That's so kind. Thank you. Well, you're welcome back here in Refno anytime. I know we didn't get to trade um, stitching secrets or anything of the like while you were here, but I hope you will make it back one day and we can share stories and work on things together. That would be delightful.
I would love that. A little knitting circle, stitching circle.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Well, I know you have much to do and much to prepare for, but thank you once again.
Yeah. And now I think like even in as I'm sitting there being sick and coughing, I'm still kind of admiring the stitching square and running my hand like my thumb over the thin line and just admiring
Mm.
it.
As your memory of the moment with Talvine begins to fade, and as you find yourself kind of cherishing this little handkerchief with the stitch, you feel the sickness grow in your stomach.
Mm.
You suddenly find your mind being pulled away to a memory that isn't your own. An unfamiliar voice calls out in your mind. What are you looking at? A loud thud rings out in the room as their bodies slam against the wall. They lift her up and press her further against the wall as the sounds of their lips continuously and repeatedly meeting passionately escapes into the air around them. Oyanos! Their name escapes her breathless mouths. We can't be doing this so often. Oyanos grunts in response, their voice leaving an imprint in the woman's desires as they meet once more. A laugh escapes her. People will see us. So, Oyanos continues to kiss her, setting her down once again on the floor. We're rivals, she breathes quickly. It's improper. We could be disqualified. Oyanos stops for a moment. Let them see. They won't disqualify us. No one else is capable of taking up the mantle. The woman looks up at Oyanos. They look at her and their gaze rests on one another for a pause. Unspoken words hang in the air that each of them dares to say. I love you, Castell. Oyanos speaks first. Castell brings her hands up to their face and kisses them softly. A loving meeting between their lips as she whispers back, I love you. The two begin their embrace once more. Softly, tenderly, the two begin moving towards the bed. I need you to promise me, Castell says between their passions. Promise to wake me in the morning. She takes a quick breath and separates from them briefly, looking them in their eyes. We should compete in this ceremony fairly. This is important. Her hand rests once more on their face. Oyanos separates from her, brushing her hair behind her ears. Of course. They smile. Now get on the bed. She laughs while jumping back. I shouldn't have looked at y'all.
Don't look, Emma. Don't look. Keep reading. Keep reading.
The scene
Emma, you're bodying this.
fades
I'm just
to black.
I'm scandalized.
Damn!
My pearl.
The scene fades to black. It's not over yet.
Share.
Hmm.
This isn't
Morning.
fancy, Emma. What the fuck?
Morning arrives as Oyanos lays in the bed watching Castell breathe softly in her deep rest. They smile, looking at their chest rise and fall slowly. She was always a heavy sleeper after sex. Oyanos carefully separates from her, making sure that her breaths stay in rhythm while quietly escaping from the bed. They step softly towards the door, carefully putting on their clothes and carrying their boots to the exit. They watch her all the while to make sure she doesn't wake as they leave for the ceremony without her. It was their time to be the Kingfisher. It was their time to show these people how to lead and finally bring Leviathan to heel after so many years. And no one will stand in their way.
Well, I gotta Lord drop my shit, huh?
So this is you. This
Your
is
thoughts
you.
Your thoughts return to you as you find yourself waking up to the morning light. The illness has seemingly left your body completely as you see Mir laying on the ground. A voice calls from downstairs. I'm making breakfast if y'all want any. And it's morning. Breakfast is being cooked. You're all waking up.
I'm not there.
How's it going?
I will say Cielo sits up and thinks. Isn't going to say it out loud because Cielo has never wanted to go back home. But she is reminded of that like online web novel that she had been following for years and realizes for the first time since coming here, like, oh fuck, maybe I do want to go home. I do think I missed the latest update on on the enemies to lovers romance light novel that she's been reading years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll deal with that later.
Yeah. Now, Cielo, while you're thinking about horny web novels, could you give me a recall check?
Okay. Yeah.
Before you
can
roll,
you-
sorry, just
Oh.
real quick. Thank you so much to Wizard Styles for the surge to Drac. Now everyone has a level 1 surge, so as a reminder,
Let's go.
you can use that to add a +1 to your roll. Level 2 surge will be to add +2 to your roll, and during combat, it might trigger a special move or combo move. So thank you so much.
Woohoo.
Woo!
Woo, thank you.
Okay. I don't know.
So
why-
recall check.
Recall, which is going to be. Let me see. Let me check my rolls.
If you go to your character sheet on the like roles tab or whatever it is, there will be like a recall one.
Enjoy. Okay. I got a 15.
15. Okay. Incredible. I was looking for like an 8. So that's great.
No, that's solid because I only got a D8 in insight, so that's kind of crazy.
Yes. So you recall a week ago or so, while you all were still traveling with Sinclair said that he received some sort of vision.
Mm.
He was saying that he heard the voice of the goddess Thermera and that she was telling him that it was time to tell all of you about the Age of Heroes and the story of the heroes who killed the 3 titans. One Titan was Iskalith, Titan of the land. The other was Phoenix, Titan of the air. And the last was Leviathan, Titan of the sea. So in your vision, you
Yes.
remember Oyanos saying something about killing Leviathan. And your mind recalls this vision that Sinclair had told you about. And so you're thinking that this must be some sort of vision that was given to you by the gods for some reason. From a narrative and mechanical standpoint, audience, in Fabula Ultima, you regularly have villain scenes where the players get to kind of see what the villains are up to, who they are, like what their relationships are like, what they're planning, all that sort of stuff. However, I've introduced a little kind of thing into the game as well, where the gods have brought these people into this world. They've isekai'd them. And so whenever the players use their spirit surges in combat to basically do special attacks or actions and things, they will get a vision from the gods about one of their stories. And who knows why people get visions from different certain gods, but that's just kind of what happens. And so that was our first like super official, cool, fun times god scene.
But out loud, as I'm thinking about this, I do say, but why were they fucking?
Mir, you hear Cielo wake up and suddenly say, but why were they fucking?
I think Mir, like, woke up and then, like, kind of compresses, like, acting like sleeping is the answer. Well, just like, but I don't know if Mir. I don't think Mir is gonna say anything. I think Mir is faking being asleep.
Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I should. No, not here. Not in this world. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get up and start because Mir's asleep. So I'm
I
gonna
just find
start.
you.
Is it just the two of you in that room?
we
Yes.
established
So,
Cielo.
as a reminder, Lovelace was sleeping outside
Right, yes.
by the ocean. Then Viscera and Adana were sharing a room. And then Cielo and Mir were sharing the other room. But Mir was sleeping on the floor.
Gotcha.
You want to be in a room with me so bad.
Yes, it's coming
So-
back to me now. I
Uh,
remember Drax
yeah,
specifically
yeah.
mentioning the snoring was gonna happen.
Yeah.
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 Adana
yeah.
snores for sure, but
Yeah.
said that she didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, Adana's
So a bit of a party
convinced that
foul.
They don't snore, yeah.
Love that.
Loveless.
Hello.
You wake up eventually on the beach. The sun is kind of cresting over the horizon, bringing its warm light on top of you. How are you feeling, and what are you up to?
I'm feeling great. I've been by the water in a long time. I had a nice swim last night. I am
Mhm.
not currently directing 3 individuals who I'm most scared for their lives at all points in time. I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna work out. I'll grab like a breakfast and I'll come home as necessary.
Okay, perfect. The rest of you, do you eventually, can we say you meet up downstairs, or is there anything else you would like to do in your rooms?
I'm downstairs first because I did not sleep very well.
Adana follows closely after, looking so great. They slept so well last night.
Perfect.
You see
Um,
bags underneath Viscera's eyes.
Incredible.
Yes.
Didn't you get any sleep last night? You seem... No offense. You seem a bit tired.
Certain terrors plagued me, so I was found without, but I will be fine. If anything else, it will keep my senses alert.
You want anything for breakfast?
I'll have whatever you're having.
Oh, I've got that covered. And Cliff kind of steps out from the back with a couple plates full of like eggs and this red sauce on top of them, and maybe like some little sausages as well, setting them down on the bar, and then going back into the back and bringing out some juices.
Did Cliff make shakshuka? What is happening?
Oh, I would fuck up shakshuka right now.
I grab the tea plates so that Visha doesn't, because Visha for some reason seems so very tired today. So Visha doesn't have to do any extra work. I'll grab the tea plates and set them down, one in front
So
of
kind.
them, one in front of me.
With a billowing of their cloak, just sort of pushing it back in one sweeping motion, Viscera sits down, crosses her knees, grabs a whole sausage, and just puts the whole sausage in her mouth.
Beautiful. Mir, Cielo, when do y'all think you're coming down?
Well, I get ready and everything, and it's only when I'm done getting ready that I finally say, Mir?
Yeah, wow. Just like very much this whole thing. She just like, that was I slept very well and very long. Yeah.
Okay, good for you.
Uh-huh.
Listen, I know that like we didn't get to talk much because I was asleep most of the day. I'm sorry if like, sometimes when I'm sick, I like, snore extra loud. I'm so sorry.
No, actually, you didn't snore at all. So,
Oh.
you were, yeah. I usually sleep in the forest, so this was a very welcome change.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're here and you're feeling welcome.
Yeah, your friends are very strong. I assume you're very strong too. They spoke highly of you.
Who spoke highly of me?
I think that's just a thing that people say when they meet new people.
Oh, so you're lying.
They spoke
I
of
turn
you.
and I leave. I turn and I walk out.
I love Mir so much. Oh my god.
Wow. Poor Mir.
It happens. It's got to be this way. I think that Mir doesn't have anything to pack or unpack. I think puts on his armor. But outside of that, like, goes downstairs. I think very pointedly will sit on the opposite side of the table of Cielo.
Mm-hmm.
And
I very haughtily claim my spot. I like fluff my dress. I kind of like toss my hair back.
Who do you sit next to?
Yeah.
I'm trying to sit as far away
Mm-hmm.
from Mir as possible.
Mir is sitting next to Adana.
That makes
means I'm
sense, I think.
Fucking sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you have a very seemingly awkward breakfast with one another, as two people are very uncomfortable with each other, and there's some tension hanging in the air. And then some added tension in that Viscera is probably a little frustrated with Adana.
I like to
And Adana has not
imagine
noticed.
that Viscera doesn't realize it, but she's just sort of like resting bitch face staring at each one of you and just like unblinking while eating breakfast. Just totally nothing's going on in there, but like she doesn't realize because she's so tired.
Okay, yeah, no. Cielo's already feeling feisty. What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
One word. One word.
Yes.
We're about to have content for the next hour. Damn.
What?
What? Why are you staring at me like that? What?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're staring at me with that look on your face, so what do you want?
This is my face.
you should fix it.
Fix it into what?
It's okay. We're having breakfast. In a nice tavern. I look around at the not very nice tavern. Let's just
so
See Cliff like
we
kill a
all
bug
decide-
that was on
so
the
we
bar.
all decided that we want to be liars. We all decided that we want to be
What?
liars, and we want to be mean. I didn't realize that we were
kind.
changed. Loveless isn't here. Have we updated Loveless? Because it seems like there's a lot of changes that are being made in the party dynamic, and I haven't been involved in those things. And honestly, next time I would like a memo.
What? Sorry.
You're sorry? Are you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for apologizing. I'm glad somebody in this party has manners. And I go back to eating.
Look down at my plate and just say nothing after that.
Silence hangs in the halls of the Hare and Hole. Eventually, in just what I imagine to be an incredible mood, strolls in Loveless.
Good. Oh. This. I feel in my head, everybody's just looking at opposite corners of the room.
Mir is looking at you, mouth full, like, don't walk into this. Don't do this to yourself. It's like shoveling food into his mouth.
Wow. We finally get to a city and everybody looks so gloomy. I thought you were all.
I'm fine.
Uh-huh. I thought the spa day yesterday was gonna reduce the tension.
You all went to a spa?
Correction, we went to a bathhouse.
Sorry.
You all went to a bathhouse?
Yeah.
I'm sick in bed and you all decided to go have a holiday? You all decided to go to a bathhouse?
I ran errands.
I pick up my bowl of food and I walked in.
Oh my god.
Mir will
I
lean
love
forward.
this energy that you have brought
I
into the
love it.
session.
Oh, yeah,
Liz. Thank
absolutely.
you so much.
Mir will lean forward and go, I know I'm new here, but what do you all normally do when this happens?
Oh, this is new.
Yeah. We haven't actually really hung out in person. I don't think we've ever hung out before.
The whole
This.
silence at the dinner/lunch table, though, that's pretty commonplace for this group, I'll be honest.
Oh, okay. I'm used to that.
Most of us haven't been here as long as yourself or Loveless.
Okay.
And back in our world, we haven't spoken to each other in maybe over a decade.
But you're friends, right?
I'd like to think so. Now, I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that we were before we were reunited. Obviously, we went on different ways, but I think we're at the very least closer. I'm kind of like watching everyone's expression as I'm talking.
Just dead inside, putting another sausage in her mouth.
Oh yeah, go.
Allies, I guess.
I was just about to say that too.
Oh. Yeah, allies.
Well, I find it helpful when doing a job with someone I don't know. It's good. A job gets done a lot easier if we're both on the same terms, and we understand each other. And even if it's for a moment, it's hard, but like making sure the other person is okay before we fight something or before we go into a dangerous situation. You just don't get far in this world without making at least some connections. So even if you aren't friends, it's good to have something.
Interesting.
I'll look over at Cielo eating alone on another table. and I'll take my plate and I'm gonna go over and sit. I think not at the same table, but on another table opposite them, so they're looking across the two tables at Cielo, and I'll just give a little wave.
What?
Or point at the seat at your table. Can I take a seat?
I'm pretty sure this is a free country. I actually don't know.
Okay. Well, I really hope it is. Actually, it'd be awful if it wasn't. And I'll stand up and take a seat opposite you at your table, Cielo.
I mean, it's one thing if this place doesn't have Wi-Fi. If they don't have freedom, I really do think I'm gonna crash out.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just, I don't know. Mir was weird this morning, and that kind of like threw me off. And now Viscera is being Viscera. I just don't feel like putting up with it.
I think that's fair. But, I don't really know much about Mir. They're new, and I think they lived most of their life in the jungle. So I don't know. And they kind of whisper this. I don't know if they're very good with like social cues.
Maybe, yeah, that's fair.
I don't really know. I think they might be just really tired. They seem like the type who gets really cranky when they're tired.
Why would they be tired? And then I immediately flash back to the memory that I had, or the vision I had before, and I say, never mind, I don't want to know. Never mind, I don't want to know.
Okay.
It's fine. Listen, I think we should have a closed door oh my god, I just said I wanted freedom in this world, and now I'm suggesting don't ask, don't tell. Oh no.
I'm really confused. What is going on? I just want to make sure you're okay, Cielo. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I didn't want you to leave upset.
I'm fine. It's just the last environment that I was in was really toxic. You know? Like, I didn't have friends. And you couldn't make friends. You couldn't trust anybody. Everybody was after one another. Nobody liked each other. It was just all fake and lies and BS. And I know it's been years since we've all been in each other's lives, but it's just so much better here. It's lighter and happier, and I want us to be, I don't know, a unit. And so when I woke up and I realized, like, oh, okay, everybody did other things while Cielo was sick. Not that I like expect you all to like be around me while I'm sick, but I realized, like, oh, okay, you all had like an adventure while I was like in bed. I don't know. Like, maybe I want to go to a bathhouse. God.
We can. It wasn't that expensive. I think Bistro actually paid for us, so I can cover your go this time around.
Shit.
I just mentioned that because I have the extra funds to cover you this time. We can go again. Loveless didn't go with us, so we can make a group thing.
Yes, let's go. You, me, Loveless, Mir.
And what about Viscera?
She's fine.
I'll look over at Viscera.
Still staring a hole into the distant wall, eating a sausage.
See, they're super tired.
They do seem a bit tired. Maybe some rest would do some good.
Yeah.
Oh, we can ask and see what she says, maybe.
Maybe. If that's what you want and if that's what you need, sure.
What do you want me to do?
I look around. I make sure nobody's watching us. And I say very softly, I just want to feel involved.
I'm gonna roll for this. Hold on.
Okay.
Um,
God.
Adana has crippling anxiety, so I'm gonna see if they're able to push through it. Holy shit! I rolled a
That's
14.
great.
I rolled yeah.
Okay.
Adana, I think Adana. I'm gonna say that Adana like pulls on their like team building skills that they learned from the years in corporate, and they stand up and say,
Yes.
"Everyone, I think we should go to the bathhouse together today. It'll be good for team synergy and the dynamic we have."
Not synergy.
What did
It's
you
really
just say?
important for us to be connected. Synergy.
I put my hands in my face.
Sure. Bathhouses are great, and we should all go. And I think that Mira's just like picking up what you're putting down a little bit, but like is very confused as to why we would go again. But maybe this is what the team does. So we'll just like look around to everyone else. Please, please help me.
Cielo missed out last time, so I think it makes sense for us to do it together this time.
Or like something. It doesn't have
Or
to
we can
be
find
like
we can find a spa, like an actual spa. We didn't go to a spa last time, so maybe we can get like a full spa treatment. I imagine you're
Just
probably pretty sore, right? Right,
Yeah.
Cielo?
Yeah, because I've been sick for the past 24 hours, in case anybody forgot.
All right. Well, where's the nearest spa then?
Ardenil, Cliff says, clearly having been listening in to everything.
Thanks, Cliff.
They do massages at the bathhouse, but like a spa, that's an Ardenil thing.
Do you think that they would have the sometimes when you're sick they have like in different like herbs and things that they can put into the water to help clear what's left of the sickness out? Do you think they would have that at the bathhouse?
Couldn't say.
Hmm.
Never been.
All right.
Well, it is fortuitous for us. We are, after all, intending to head towards Audenil. Perhaps the first thing we can do once we make it there is seek out this spa.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Yeah, I mean, after traveling on the
Perfect.
road for a few days, I think it'd be fine.
Great.
So, spa, first thing we do when we get to Autumn.
This
Beautiful.
is so awkward.
Now- Loveless, not to intrude on the moment, but
Yeah.
a piece of information that Loveless has that nobody else has at the moment is that there's a big festival that's happening in Audenil right now to welcome the Demon Sage. There's probably a lot of games and snacks and other things y'all can get up to. Some fun group bonding exercises, perhaps. Who could say? But that is an option as well.
I'm just gonna be really blunt here because when I worked on a ship, dancing around the whole. Are there issues here? Do we have issues?
I mean, I don't.
I've never met any of you outside of yesterday. So none so far.
I have problems with most people. Not anything special here.
No, I'm all good.
With the tension in the air clearly expelled.
Clearly.
And everything smoothed over and everybody feeling good about life and their relationships with one another. For one, if any of y'all want to create some bonds from that beautiful moment, by
Oh,
all
yeah.
means, please
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
encouraged
yeah.
to do
of
so.
course.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I
am
want it to
going-
be. I want it to be known that Adana is fully convinced they've solved the problem. Adana's like, I did a good job here.
Of course, yeah.
This is a heavy, heavy word, but I am going to use it in the lightest sense possible. But it is the word that is a variable. I'm going to create a bond of hatred
Oh my
towards
God.
Israel.
I love it.
I love this.
Love that.
But Stella, I
Oh my
love you, and
God.
I know you know that. I know you know that.
I love you so much, Liv. I'm so excited for us to find out what this means. Also, I'm putting my money down that our characters are going to be the first ones to kiss. It's totally going to happen.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
100%.
Fair,
Mir,
so
I
fair.
deeply mistrust you.
Great. Hot.
And Adana. I'm getting everybody on the board. Adana.
You've been gone a couple sessions, so I think it's totally fine for you to create a few.
Adana, I'm gonna give you some admiration.
Hey.
Are we
Admiration as
sharing them out
well.
loud?
Little guild leader respect. Sure, let's share them out loud if you've got them.
Hell yeah. I made one for Mir for admiration because I like the optimism. I like the optimism. I'm not optimistic, and so
I'm also going to add one to Mir. So I have admiration already. Now it's going to be loyalty. Viscera sees you as a problem solver. This was such a great idea. Clearly something's something's happening.
Hell yeah. I think that I will add one. I think I only had one for Viscera so far, which is wild.
Just
But
because of
I'm
the
gonna-
massive titties last episode.
That's true. You're so right.
Yep.
Loyalty. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. That's where that came from.
Loyalty? Loyalty.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
For Loveless, I'm also going to give an admiration. I think that the mentality of like just being brutally honest about it is something that Mir appreciates. And that, yeah, I think that makes sense. I don't think I have one of these. Doesn't the words here don't exactly fit for Cielo?
It
Mm.
can
Do I
be
have to
hatred.
pick
It's
one?
okay.
I don't think it's hatred. I also don't.
You just
think
gotta
it's-
pick what's closest, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll do mistrust. And then for Adana, who I didn't have one for before, I think I'm going admiration.
Nice.
I'm going loyalty, actually. Loyalty.
Hell yeah. Perfect. Incredible. Sounds great. So, with the tension lifted, with everybody feeling good about their relationships with one another, we're gonna say you all start the journey to Audenil. Now, Mir, you have been to Audenil before. You know a little trick of the trade, so to speak, in that the shift in gravity around Audenil upsets the tummy a good bit.
Yes.
Or it can when you're not used to it. Luckily, around town, you can purchase a type of weed that you can chew on. It's basically like Dramamine. It helps settle your stomach, helps with motion sickness, and things of that nature. We'll say as part of buying the room, because you're such good friends, and for bringing business, but also bringing drama that he got to listen in on, Cliff gives you some of this weed for free, just to help out. Hearing that you're heading to Audenil. But Audenil hates hot girls. Real. Okay. Perfect. The journey to Audenil takes you a number of days from Modeste, but the road is well traveled and the weather is calm and kind. Regularly, as you're kind of traveling on the road, we see snapshots of you sharing campfires with other travelers or giving passing remarks, asking for news and updates in the region or whatever else. So, during this time, as you're traveling on this populated road, and as you're encountering so many other people and so many different types of people, I'm gonna let you each ask a question you feel your character would be interested about the goings on in the world. So it can be like something about this festival that Lovelace knows about. It can be about the Silent Coast, since you heard about that. It can be about the Empire. It can be about anything you've really heard about up to this point or you know about. And as you're encountering these people from generally all over the world, or people who have heard rumors from all sorts of different areas of the world, you can kind of ask whatever. If you're not sure what to ask and you want a pre-prepared list of options, I can also give that. I'll just post it in our little Roll20 if you want some help brainstorming. But yeah, what sort of questions do you all think you're interested about? What sort of rumors or updates do you want to hear about the world?
I think Adana, they haven't really spoken too much about it recently. But they are still concerned about their hand. The right hand from just past the wrist all the way up is blackened with pointed nails, almost like claws. And they woke up like that. That's how they woke up. And it doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel weird. It looks odd. I mean, it definitely doesn't rub off. And I think it was Hala. I might be wrong. I think it was Hala that said that there's a magic university or something like that in Ordinal that might have answers. So I think I'll be asking questions about that, of who runs it. I think specifically, since it's one question, I'll say, how can I get seen by a professional at this magic university?
So I think you're corrected fairly quickly. The magical university is near the Empire. It's on, you can probably ping it actually. So it's on this island to the west of the Drovian Empire that I'm pinging in Roll20 right now.
I see that.
It is within Imperial territory, however, it does operate kind of independently of the Empire. It's a little bit of a symbiotic relationship with one another. The Empire doesn't really impose any structure or restrictions over the university, and in turn the university shares knowledge and resources and other things with the Empire. So it's a little bit of a mutually beneficial relationship. You find out that the university itself is overseen by a council of 3 deans, very college-esque. The kind of structure sounds very familiar. Each dean is responsible for a different type of magical research, and a notable event is every year there's what's a good word for this that I'm about to say? There's a magical ceremony that happens where it's like a competition, basically, we'll say. It's a competition where if you don't perform well enough, you're kicked out of the magical university. And when you're kicked out of the magical university for failing in the competition, then you lose any magical powers that you had previously. The competition is entirely voluntary. You don't have to take part in it. However, like riches and notoriety and a bunch of other stuff are kind of on the line for people who do particularly well. But in order to go there, it's not incredibly difficult. You don't need like a visa or anything of the sort. You can just kind of travel there. In order to book a meeting with somebody who's knowledgeable in magic and might be able to help give you information about your hand, it might like take a few days to schedule like an appointment or anything, but it's not going to be like you don't have to take an exam or like do anything special.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my question then.
Beautiful.
Interrupt real quick and say thank you so much to Shadow the Hedgehog for $50.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
level 1 soul surge to everyone.
Whoa! Thank you so much.
And
I love
thank
Shadow the
you
Hedgehog.
so much to DM Steve for $50. Everyone gets
Oh my
another
gosh.
surge.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Wow.
And then thank you so much
What
to
the fuck?
Fatal for a level 2 soul surge for Drac. It's doubly because it's their month.
Wow.
I'll mark that
go.
down in the notes. Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
I'm not going to ignore you, Lexi. I heard that.
I really hoped everyone else speaking would cover it, but here I am.
I
Embarrassed.
didn't hear anything, but I saw what you posted in chat, so I know. So thanks for outing
You're
yourself. I
just
guess.
mere. Like,
Does anybody else want to ask questions about the world? You by no means do you have to. This is just like a fun little activity where you can learn more about different parts of the world that you may be interested in.
I'm
but
locked
yeah.
in. I want to try to figure out as much as I possibly can about these exams before we get in there.
Good question. So the exams take place. It'll basically be 2 days after you arrive in town. The exams are open for a week. You can go into the Adventurers Union anytime during that week to take your exams. Depending on the certification you're trying to acquire, or the different category of certification, there will be like different tests, and there are quite a few different certifications, so it's hard to give like a lot of information about like each of them. But they're very specialized. The better you do, the higher rank that you are given. If you are trying to start a new guild, there's a small fee of about 500 zenit, but then you can sign up any adventurers you would like to join your guild at no cost. People can just like sign up if you give them the okay to. You can also join registered guilds. It's very popular to join a larger guild to try to make a name for yourself, and kind of get like riches and whatever else through the connections that they have. But yeah, the Adventurers Union like building proper is basically closed a week prior to the placement exams to prepare for the exams themselves, but then also there's a little special opening ceremony.
Okay. And then also, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more like, how do I say this? It's more like guilds are party based, right? Rather than like class based.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I get what you mean. So guilds can be made up of anybody. And then within a guild, if you're wanting to like go out and do a mission or something and you want to take guild members, then you can just make like a little party of whoever the fuck you want. You can bring your entire guild with you and like go do a quest if you think you need them. But there's not really like restrictions or anything.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I think that if this is like representing people kind of passing by and us talking to people, I'm definitely interested in the Gambler's Isle.
Mm.
Gambler's Isle. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Gambler's Isle is basically a big island of partying, gambling, and debauchery. It originally started as a bit of a headquarters way back in the day, or like a meeting point for the Anguilla Trade Syndicate. And over time, it just got like so big and kind of became its own thing. So now it's its own thing. People love going there and just spending time kind of going crazy, and a lot of people go there and go broke because gambling is bad, kids.
I love gambling. Loveless and
Gamba.
Alex.
Yeah. Okay. I think
But on the map, I can point it out. Gambler's
Yeah, me too.
Island is this big island right here.
I see. Cool. All right, makes sense. How long does it take to get there? From oh yeah, go ahead.
If you were to charter a ship from here, maybe like a couple weeks.
Okay. Fun. All right. I think that's all I have questions about.
Yeah.
Viscera would ask about the placement exams in Audenil, the AUPE.
So Cielo asked about that. So was there more like specific information you were trying to figure out?
Perhaps more about the competition themselves, of any up and coming individuals that they might know of, or what to expect as people who are trying to seek entry into these exams. Maybe like rumors.
So the competitions themselves aren't really catered around like fighting other people or anything of that nature. There's generally like a task you're all trying to like accomplish, and the better you do at that task, the higher rank you get.
I see.
It is a big event where there will be people who are taking the test with you who are much more accomplished adventurers. They're already a higher rank, and they're trying to take the exams to get like an even higher rank. So there will be a lot of people who are very experienced doing this as well. And if you're able to track some people down who have taken the exams before in particular, and specifically exams that you're wanting to take, then they might have some little words of advice for you.
Okay. And in as subtle of a way as possible and not incriminating at all, Viscera wants to ask about, like, do people cheat?
Ooh.
How do they cheat?
There are definitely times people cheat. And if you're caught, then like your placement exam is null. You can take it again like next time it's held, but you're basically not able to register. And if you had a registration, then you lose it until the next time you take the test. How you do it, you have to be very sneaky, and you have to know what the test is going to be and how you can successfully cheat. within the culture of adventurers, if you can successfully cheat, you're not going to get judged or anything. People are largely probably going to think it's pretty impressive. But if you're like caught in the moment, then you're going to have a bit of a penalty.
Okay. I like to think that Viscera goes down this line of thinking more of just to get a sense of like, are there advantages that we can take? Are there advantages that others might lean on, and to try to get like an idea of like, okay, if cheating is a thing that's possible, then it's, you know, there's a non-zero chance that people that we go up against will cheat. That's something to be wary of.
Yeah, you're not competing against other people, so you're competing against a task pretty much.
Gotcha.
But I mean, if you piss somebody off, somebody might try to like sabotage you. And that's like a thing they can do. So just get along with people? Question mark. Potentially do your best.
At the end of each one of these conversations that Viscera has, she just looks so frustrated. It's like, right, make friends. Got it.
All right. Loveless doesn't give a shit about this placement exam. It is a means to an end. I want to ask about the demon sage and how long they are going to be in town, why they are here, and who or what they may be interfacing with. If it's like popo, like, you know, relations, or is it for a specific, like, reason, basically. There's some personal things I want to get to know more about, but I'll do that on my own time.
Yeah, so her visit is very much shrouded in mystery. There's a lot of assumptions that are kind of being made. People are estimating that she'll probably stay maybe up to a month or maybe like a few weeks, because it does take a while to travel from the Empire to here, even with this new airship technology that they've developed and are using to bring her here. People are assuming that they're meeting about like some trade agreements or just kind of like some formal alliance stuff that hasn't really been put in place between the Empire and Milfast. The two kingdoms, while friendly with one another, aren't officially aligned in any like actual capacity. Milfast allowed the Empire to establish a like research site in the southern reaches of Nelmna, which are largely like icy and snowy and inhospitable. But even with that, there's not like an official alliance or anything between them. So the Empire has been moving pretty fast since the rise of the Demon King to make alliances with people. So people think like maybe they're trying to establish something formally, or maybe they have news or questions, or want to do something at the research site to the south. It's a bit of an unknown, but they do know she's being accompanied by a pretty notable like guard regimen, and that one of the demon knights is like joining her to act as a guard.
Okay. Yeah, I think I wouldn't pry too much more, just what people generally know.
Okay, beautiful. So you all continue on your way to Audenil, and I'm gonna change the music. The closer you get to Audenil, the more your stomach begins to churn. Even from a day or two out, you can see a purple light radiating from deep within the city that causes the gravity in the area to shift. You're beginning to have to walk with your feet out in front of you in order to keep your balance, and there are regular curved steps built into the road to help travelers with the shift. You begin taking the weed that was given to you to help settle your stomach as you start feeling a little bit sick as you get closer and closer. As you finally near the city, the road curves upward and leads into the large city built on a circular shape above this gravity well, as if it's a planet all its own. The buildings here are made of metal and some stretch up to 5 stories tall above you. You arrive as the sun is beginning to set, but even with the darkness nearing, the streets are alive with trade and excitement. You've heard of the festival taking place to welcome the demon sage Hope to Audenil, and her arrival is supposed to happen sometime tomorrow. All around town, there are paintings being sold of a woman with hair of fire that are supposed to be her, as well as various treats and meals inspired by her. Most of them have to do with fire or spiciness because any actual information about the demon sage is incredibly rare. The only thing people really seem to know for sure is that she's described as having fiery hair. Scattered around town, there are also a number of signs advertising the Adventurers Union placement exams, calling for all adventurers to hurry to the Adventurers Union building in High Point to sign up to receive a new rank or to join a guild. The test itself begins in 2 days, and participants can take their tests anytime during a 1-week window. As you pass through the streets, you begin seeing various game stalls set up to try your luck to win a prize or simply win some extra Zenit, or maybe even just compete amongst you and your friends. The stalls are filled with various treats and stuffed toys, including a big stuffed Aedra to be given out as prizes. Children are running around excitedly from stall to stall with parents hurriedly trying to keep up. As you're walking through this large crowd, suddenly a small child bumps into Lovelace while trying to rush past him and calling back, "Sorry, mister!"
It's okay, bud. Watch where you're going.
He's gone.
I'm staring.
You are now officially in Audenil.
I'm staring at the big prize.
I'm also staring at the big prize.
Would you like to play a game?
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
terrifying.
wait, I know. Why? Your inner jigsaw just came out right there.
This is where y'all didn't know that Emma and I collaborated and I changed the overlay and now suddenly we're not in the
It's a
isekai
death
anymore.
game.
Yeah.
It's a horror
Game
game.
now.
Willy Wonka?
It's going and going with no.
Oh my god. Truly the most
That
terrifying
monologue
Willy
is
Wonka.
so terrifying to me.
Real.
Willy Wonka. The original Saw for children.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I would love to play a game, Emma.
Yeah!
Okay, perfect. So some of you venture off towards one of the stalls with like a giant stuffed Aedra as a prize. Anybody else perhaps just follows or excitedly goes towards the stall as well to play some games. And as we set up for games and I tell people what they need to play these games, we're going to take a little break. A little breaky break.
Please join us in doing a little stretch. Grab some water. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, everyone. Be back.
Woo!
Our lives after. Our lives after.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are back. And we have things ready for mini games. So you all head towards a stall, and the giant plush Aedra, we'll say is, we'll let you choose. Would you like this Aedra to be at a stall for ladder, dice stack, or faces? Ladder and dice stack are dice games. Faces is a card game.
Ladder.
Ladder?
Yeah, I think ladder. One of the dice games so everyone can have a go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, absolutely. For this, you'll need a full array of dice.
That.
Doesn't need to be
And the
physical
goal
because I
here-
can't find any of my dice.
You can use the die roller and roll 20 for sure.
What are
Perfect.
you doing?
The goal here is essentially
Wow.
we're gonna start at a D4, and
Oh, I'm dropping things.
you have 5 attempts to roll as high as possible. When you roll a die, if you roll the max number on the die on your attempt, then the die size gets upgraded. So if you roll
Okay,
a
good
4
to know.
on the D4, then on your next attempt, you'll get to roll a D6. If you roll a 6, it gets upgraded to a D8, so on and so forth. You're trying to beat the dealer. The dealer gets to roll after all of you. And I'll roll in roll 20 to be fair. You get 5 attempts to roll dice. If you decide, you can forego 2 attempts to automatically upgrade your die. But that's kind of the game. You walk up, the person is very show-many. They have big like dice that you get to roll. It's very like big, kind of fluffy, light dice that really are just kind of fun to roll around, and kids in particular really love. But yeah, we're just gonna do some rolling. So, attempt number 1. Everybody has a D4?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful. So, roll a D4. And again, you can choose to forego 2 attempts to... Alex is going crazy. Viscera rolled a 4. What?
Okay,
A 3,
cool.
a 1. Okay. So now attempt number 2. Viscera and Loveless, you get to roll a D6 now. Adana, Cielo, and Mir, you still have to roll a D4.
As we're playing this,
So-
you see a side of Loveless you've never seen before. I'm a fucking I'm a little gremlin. I'm like I'm deep breathing.
Like frothing. Like,
Yes, I'm frothing at the mouth.
Love that.
Viscera
Well,
looks
I got
like she
carried
doesn't give
away.
a fuck.
I got carried away and
Perfect,
already
so-
used. I used my 3. I used 3 attempts already to get the 4. So I didn't know we're doing it. We're going step by step. But I used 3.
Oh, okay.
Attempts
So
already to get
you won't roll for this round or the next round.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
round 4, you'll come back. So,
Yeah.
round 2, Loveless rolled a 5, Viscera rolled a 2. Cielo, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
A 1. Mir, what did you roll?
I got a 4.
A 4. So you've
Yeah.
upgraded to a D6. Adana rolled a 1, so you're SOL. And then round 3, Adana rolled a 4, so you finally get to upgrade. Viscera rolled a 1.
Oh, this is.
Loveless rolled a 6. Hell yeah. Upgrades to a D8. Mir rolls a 4. Cielo rolled a
I got
3.
a 3. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm done with this. I'm tired of this grandpa.
Okay, so you'll skip. We'll say you can roll on attempt 5, but you won't be able to upgrade any further. So, okay. So round 4.
Wait, what am I rolling now? Am I rolling a 6?
So when you choose to upgrade, you give up 2 attempts.
Okay.
So you're not gonna roll anything on this 4th attempt.
Okay.
Okay. Viscera rolled a 2. Mir rolled a 6.
6. Yep.
I would like to use an
Let's
Adana
do
ability
it.
I
rolled a
have.
2.
I would like to use an
Loveless rolled
ability I
a
have.
4.
I want to pitch something to you, Emma. I want to use an ability I have.
Okay.
And I don't think Adana noticed it happen. I think when I explain what it is, it's gonna be very obvious that it happens. But I think
Okay.
Adana doesn't consciously cause this to happen. But as they roll this dice, I would like to use my ability here. Where is it? Lucky 7.
Okay.
You have the lucky number. You have a lucky number at the beginning of each session. That number is 7. Once per scene, after you perform a check, you may replace the value shown on one of the dice with your lucky number. I would like for some, and it says here, even if it would be impossible, so you can roll a 7 on a d6. I would like for my d6, as I roll it, somehow a 7th side to appear and roll that.
Oh my gosh, this has never happened before. Upgrade your die, yeah.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
Okay, attempt number 5. So this is the last attempt. Go ahead and roll. Viscero rolls a 1. Cielo, you can roll here as well.
What dice am I rolling?
You rolled a 7, Loveless.
Yeah, I got a 4 last
Hell
turn
yeah.
on a D8. Let's go.
Adana
Wait,
rolled a
so-
5.
Wait,
Yeah.
what dice am I rolling?
You're rolling a d6.
Okay, thank you.
A 3. And Mir rolled a 1.
A 1, yeah.
Viscera, you're on a d6, right? Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So now the stall person is gonna go. They're automatically gonna give up one of their rolls to upgrade to a d6, so they'll have 4 attempts. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll in roll 20. So they rolled a 5 for their second attempt, a 6 for their third attempt, so now they're on a d8, a 2, and a 1. So, who here got to the d8? It was Loveless and Mir and Adana. And what was the highest you rolled on a d8? Do you remember?
I got a 7.
5, 7.
One.
I got a
A
4
1.
before that though. Would that have increased me to a D10?
No, so you have to roll the max number.
Max value.
So
okay.
an 8.
So it doesn't matter. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But Adana and Loveless, you both rolled higher than the stall person got to. So successful and basking in your glory of having, for one, beaten your other friends, but also beaten the stall owner. He says, all right, go ahead and choose your prize.
I point at the Aedra.
Absolutely. He gets a big stuffed Aedra for you. It's about like this wide and like this tall. And yeah, it's giant, it's fluffy, it looks almost exactly like your Aedra, Francisco, except this one has some like black stripes in it.
Nice. Do we only get one prize for beating the?
You won also. You get a prize.
Is it just an 8? What else do they have?
So there's an Aedra, there's like a stuffed shark, there's a big like 6-sided fluffy die. There are like little stickers.
I want a shark.
With-
I want the shark.
You want the shark? Okay,
Yeah,
bet.
I want
You get a
little
shark.
Woo!
It's not as big as the Aedra. It's like almost, it's like a blahage, like a small little blahage, if you know what a blahage is. Which if you don't, it's Pride Month. Educate yourself. But yeah, so you all succeed at this mini game. All around you, you see more people running around. You see people who are like making bets on the games to win Zenit rather than prizes. And there are a few other games. There's a number of stalls kind of set up with various like treats and confections and things of that nature, that if you wanted like a little snack, you could get some. But yeah, what would you like to do? What's the plan? It is early evening, if that influences your decisions of what you're interested in. But the city of Audnil is open to you. This is a major city. There's all sorts of stuff. There would probably be a magic shop if Viscera still was interested in visiting a magic shop. There's the spa, obviously. There's more games. There's inns and taverns and stuff. Even though the Adventurers Union building is presently closed, you can probably imagine that there are a number of adventurers hanging out around it or in that area. You also have connections to one of the major guilds in the city called Rear Guard, via Crichton and your kind of like experience with her. She said, like, if you need anything, you can come find them and they'll try to help you out.
I want to go play more games.
Okay, perfect.
Same.
Viscera,
Are
Adona's
you
like
wanting to
hugging
play
that.
for a prize? Are you wanting to play for money? Are you wanting to play for reputation?
I might play for money. Wait, this is Jack talking. Never mind.
What would Adana
Everybody
do?
remember, gambling is not good. We do not support gambling.
Yeah, we do
Don't
not
like-
support gambling.
Not sponsored by gambling.
I would never gamble in real life. That's why I'm kind of tempted to do it in game, but I also don't
Yeah.
think Adana would do it in I don't think Adana would gamble actual money.
No.
I love gambling.
Alex. I'm gonna gamble for a prize. I think Cielo thinks the prizes are really cute and wants one back.
Okay, absolutely. So,
I would also like
would
to
you
gamble
like
for
to
a prize.
play dice stack, or would you like to play faces?
Let's do dice stack.
Perfect. So for this game, you want as many d6s as you own in your house. The goal
Oh
is
God, this game.
you're gonna have 30 seconds to
literal
stack
dice
as
stack.
many d6s as possible.
Oh, wait, for my entire. Okay, hold on. I gotta get up for this.
Whoever stacks the most wins. If you stack more than the vendor, who is me, then you also win a prize.
I don't know if this
Now-
would be too much effort for Stella, but like, could everyone like take a picture at the end and like Stella can put them up on? Is that too much extra work for
No,
you, Stella?
no,
to,
no,
like,
I
put
can
them-
do that. I can do that.
Yeah, we can like take a picture of everyone's stacks. I can't
Yeah.
do it because I literally don't have. I
Yeah.
can't find any of my dice.
I'm not gonna
No.
go try hard on this, but I do want to just like recall knowledge for all of you. A long time ago, I posted on Twitter that I stacked 42 dice. So I'm pretty good at this.
You're best.
I'm
Emma, you
pretty good at
better
this.
absolutely
But I've never done
destroy
it with
now.
a timer, so who knows?
What's the timer? How long?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay, cool.
Oh, how many of these do I have?
All right,
Y'all
okay.
let me know when you're ready.
I'm on the side. Adona's on the sidelines cheering everyone on.
Wait, I need to get my stacking preparation together.
You do have to stack one at a time. That's the rule. You can't like
You can't do like
create a
4 and
tower.
4. Okay.
yeah.
The transfer method is a good one. I don't know if I have enough dice to be. That's a real question.
Okay, I'm almost.
This is a decent start. I got like 30 of them.
Yeah, I have like so many.
I think 30 is enough.
I think
Is
30 is
it-
good. You
is
have
it
30
Emma?
seconds.
Is it Emma?
Unless you're doing one a
I
second.
think
don't think
so.
you're going to be using all
As you
30.
start getting past a certain number of d6s, the tower gets real wobbly.
I don't believe in wobbly. I only believe in luck.
Believe. Yeah,
Wobbly's,
okay, I'm ready.
Wobbly's a state of mind, and Alex does not have that state of mind.
Yeah, literally. Ante up, alright?
Okay, I started like practice stacking, and it's giving me too much anxiety, and I don't want to like pick them up off the floor. So I'm gonna say roleplay wise. So Stella's not gonna play because I'm too nervous.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
Roleplay wise, Viscera definitely was going to abandon these games and go like collect information about this store or like go check out the people hanging out in front of the guild, but then remembers Mir's words and looks at Cielo, getting ready, getting excited about this game, and then kind of begrudgingly will walk up alongside Cielo. And for the effect of this game is just cheering on Cielo.
Aww.
Aw, that's cute.
Even though
And I'm sure
low-key and
Cielo loves it.
deep in her heart, Viscera thinks this is a total waste of time.
You think fun is a waste of time?
Yes.
And that's Stella Luna talking.
Stella Luna doesn't have
Yes.
fun.
Stella Luna,
Right.
famously the most serious person online
Yeah.
you'll ever
Uh-huh.
meet. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
got everything.
Those who are playing, are we feeling ready?
Yeah.
Ready as hell, everybody.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
give
don't
us a
have every
countdown.
single D6 of in my life here, but I have a lot.
Incredible. I'm gonna give us a countdown and then start. I will let you know when to stop.
Okay.
My phone will go off. You might be able to hear it over my mic. I'm not sure. We'll
Okay.
find out. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go! I'm going so fast. Y'all don't even know.
Oh,
So my
no.
question
Oh,
is
oh
in
my god! Oh my god! Okay, no.
It's all right. Just
Jackie, shut up.
try again. You've got this, Cielo.
I start singing a sea shanty.
My die are visible in my camera now.
Oh my god.
Emma, please.
I'm gonna leave it here. It's getting risky.
Okay. Breathe. 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 No. No, girl.
3,
Girl.
2,
Girl.
1,
Girl, confusing.
stop!
Oh,
All right.
Alright.
Okay.
take a picture.
Cielo, how many dice did you get?
6.
How many?
just fell. Oh my god.
So
Oh
sad.
no.
Okay. Loveless, how many did you get?
Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. And Mir, how much did you get?
13.
Let's go.
Ooh. And Emmapanada got 16 dice.
Oh.
This is rigged.
God.
You're cheating. This is rigged.
Cheating.
This is why you shouldn't gamble.
Rigged.
Okay. Okay, here you go. Here you go. My dice were at least up to here on my mic. I had so many dice. It's not even funny. Right now? Ow!
Incredible.
Yeah, mine
Also,
are like.
So
right-
unfortunately, you
look at
don't
my
win
message.
any prizes.
Don't look at my messy desk. Everybody stop looking at my messy desk.
See what I was gonna do? This is. I didn't
And my
know if this was
LaCroix
cheating.
cans.
Your LaCroix cans. I didn't know if this was cheating, but I had the little tiny dice too that I was like, oh, maybe I could stack the
Oh,
pieces a little
that'd
baby.
have been good
Get away with
actually.
it.
Yeah.
That would have been
Have these
good, yeah.
I had these solid stackers. I had the whole Sailor
Oh.
Scouts. I had all the Sailor Scouts on my side, including Minutemen.
And they failed you.
They failed.
I love how the noise is cutting you off their lips, so we can't even hear you raging.
Iconic.
Jeez.
How is Cielo feeling as you've been failing and Viscera is there cheering you on?
We can't hear you.
I
You
cannot
mute.
hear you.
Like, what's that?
Really?
Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
Okay, now we can hear you.
There we
I
go,
think
there
it's
we
right-
go.
Loud enough or close
I
enough?
was screaming at the top of my lungs. That's what was happening.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that
I'm
makes
so
sense.
sorry, Stella, that I fucked up my camera. Let me just get that
Oh,
back
you're
in place.
good.
It's like the real life Liv needs to find her calm right now. Let me.
The real life
My-
competitive live.
Working on it. I'm working on it. I'm finding it.
Here's the thing. I'm not competitive, but when I believe that I have the chance to win, it's
Mm,
real bad. It's
mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah.
Liv, let me just
Yeah.
tell you, you didn't have any chance of winning this game.
Emma. Emma.
This is the
possibly
competitive Emma speaking.
Yeah.
Yep, we're gonna count. We're counting. Yeah.
I don't
Do you
think
think
human...
Cielo's competitive?
Yeah, very competitive because I have to lean into this because I don't think the human body's supposed to have this much emotion cages
Yeah.
at any given
Yeah.
time. Anyway, yeah, no, Cielo, you just see Cielo shaking as she just stands in a tower fallen of her own defeat, just not doing well.
Viscera, what do you do to encourage Cielo?
I think Viscera made it worse. I think Viscera tried to
Probably.
be supportive, but I think just like
Mm.
doesn't have that natural warmth, doesn't have that. Yeah. It was basically like, you're doing fine, just keep going.
Don't give up.
Don't give
You're
up.
like the parent who's trying to be supportive, but it really just stresses the kid out.
You will
Yeah.
crush them into bone dust.
Well, there is still one more game. If you want to give it a try. And this game is pure luck. I don't have any sort of advantage.
Is it?
My kind of game.
I want to play Faces. I'm very curious about this.
Yeah, I will play
Faces.
Okay.
Let's go.
So for this, you
Mir
need a
is
deck of
sitting out.
cards. You can use a deck of playing cards, or you can use a deck of tarot cards. If there's kind of like a mix-up between them, for the tarot cards, just don't use pages and don't use the like 0 through 22 cards. You just want the minor arcana and then the king, queen, and knight. So in Faces, the goal is to first shuffle your decks or mix them up or whatever, but then you're gonna flip cards over as quickly as you can, one at a time, and the goal is to get 3 or 1 of each face card. So if you're using a regular deck, you'll want a king, queen, and jack. If you're using a tarot card or tarot deck, then you want a king, queen, or knight. And the first person to get all 3 wins. So
Okay. Okay, cool.
pretty simple. It's just
So
being
Jack,
quick,
King, Queens, no ace.
throwing over cards, and being lucky.
I think that while they're playing this game, I think Mir backs up. Mir has a very deep that yes,
Oh, we're
it's
losing.
true. Extremely unlucky, especially when it comes to cards. Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, am I there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Feels extremely unlucky, especially
No.
Lost it again.
Nope, lost you.
No.
That's how unlucky they
It's
are.
very unlucky with cards.
Devastating. Terrible.
Oh no!
No.
Okay. Oh.
Unlucky
Wait.
with cards, right?
Unlucky,
Unlucky
with
with cards,
cards,
yes.
unlucky with internet. What's going on?
Yes, always. I think that Mir is just gonna talk to some local heroes and just like kind of see what they're about and what they like to do and what they think of the city.
Okay, some local like adventurers.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to go off and definitely find some people pretty easily who seem like well put together and capable and the adventuring type. They've got like equipment and stuff. They're not wearing their full armor or anything at the moment, but they've got that kind of build. They hold themselves a certain way. Walking up and speaking with them, they are also from out of town. This particular group is coming here from the like southern peninsula in Nuha, and they're here to take the placement exam. This is their 3rd time taking it. It's a pretty fun week to be in town, and doubly so since there's also a festival going on because the Demon Sage is arriving. And you're wanting to find out specifically what's fun in town.
Yeah, like what's fun in town, and then if they say, I think I also want to try to find a spa.
Oh
If
yeah,
they
the
know where that is.
spa! Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that place is life-affirming and transformative. It helped me discover myself. So, the spa is actually a few blocks away from the Adventurers Union building. It's over on High Point, but kind of on the outskirts of High Point. You they kind of give you like some general directions. You go down this street, make a left, you can't miss it. It's a large building. It's not so much tall, but it's very wide and spacious. There's a lot of room around it, and a lot of times, depending on the day, you can kind of see steam rising from the pools.
And when you went, did you went with your friends, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a bonding activity. Group building for sure.
And you felt like closer as
Yeah, I mean, really just kind of seeing. Oh no. No, Lexi. Let's go to the game. Let's go to Faces. So while we're waiting for Lexi to come back, we'll play Faces really quick. So everybody feeling confident, their decks are shuffled and everything, they're ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Okay, so again, one card at a time, flipping over until you find one of each face card, and once you have all three, shout it out. It's bingo rules, you gotta shout.
Are you going to count, or we just flip one at a time, like ourselves, basically?
Flip one at a time yourselves at whatever speed you choose.
Just make sure.
But again, you can't like fan out and like flip a bunch. It's gotta be one at a time. So 3, 2, 1, begin. Ah!
Come on, my cards are sticky.
I'm not good at. Okay.
Done.
Damn it! I just needed the king. Damn it!
Let's go.
I realized immediately, I was like, oh shit, I can't recognize the face cards based on pictures. I have to actually read.
God, I got.
Did you get them, Cielo?
Princesses.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Are you muted? We can't hear you. Do you need to bring your mic closer to you?
Oh, they're stuck together. Oh, that's lucky.
Nope, we can't hear you. Nope, still nothing.
No.
Leaving the call and trying to join again.
Alex, your cars are huge.
Yeah.
Hello,
That's
can
my
anybody
face.
hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, I literally pulled the king's card a millisecond after Alex.
Wow. So
I'm
Cielo once
I'm
again
alter the course of your
defeated.
life. I am not okay.
So Loveless, you win once again. What prize would you like? I think this one has treats. This is like a food stall with some games. So this one has a lot of baked goods designed kind of after the Demon Sage. Just so there's like cookies with like fiery red hair. There's a little tart that has some sort of liquid on top of it. It's called the Flame Shot. And there's a number of other things. Help me out.
Honey cakes.
Honey cakes, yes. There's honey cakes. There's so many things.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll take like a dozen honey cakes. Why not? Honestly, I was looking
Okay.
for a physical prize, but I'll take food. I like food.
Okay. We'll say you get 3 honey cakes. A dozen is a lot for winning a game. But you successfully get some treats. There we go.
I don't like desserts. Does anyone want these?
No. I storm off.
I like treats.
I have them here.
Immediately.
So we'll say you got back to the group, but the adventurer you were speaking to said, yeah, he felt a lot closer with his party after going to the spa. And, you know, really once you have to be vulnerable and open to go to a spa with a group. and like having that experience together just kind of really brings you closer in a way that not many other things do.
That's exactly what we need. Okay. Thank you.
Beautiful. Perfect. Who's eaten the honey buns?
I think it was me.
Yeah. It's
Mir?
Mir. Yeah.
Okay. They're very nice. It's like a hot honey because they're for the demon sage and fire is her thing.
Great.
But it is very good.
You all have to try this. This is delicious. Also, I found out where the spa is. If anybody's curious, and just like shoving the hot honey.
Me being like, you need to try this and eating the last of it is so funny to me.
Yeah. Oh, I meant you need to try your own. That's your own.
I walk ahead of
there are
Luke.
2
I'm
more.
so mad.
I kind of look after Ciel and go, we should go head to the spa. I think it would be good for all of us.
Before we start to go off, Viscera looks at me and says, "Hey, you missed a spot. And we'll reach up and remove some from your lip, and then eat it,
Thanks.
and then walk off."
Incredible.
I
Perfect.
want to make it known that I saw the moment the idea came to Stella's head in their face. I saw the exact second it was like, oh, they have an idea.
Unbelievable.
There's 2 left. We can make this happen. What has been done for me can also happen to you.
You start rubbing it on your face.
Could not be more mad today. This is the worst day of Cielo's fantasy life.
Oh my god.
I will catch up to Cielo, and you're walking extremely fast.
Yes,
But-
it's just like how tall is Cielo? 5'2", 5'3"? Just a small, angry Afro-Latina woman walking. Also, Cielo's an elementalist. As she is walking, with each step, you just hear the crackle of thunder, and you realize like the hair around like her is starting to like get ionized and charge up in the air. She is literally a storm cloud.
Cielo, you're moving really fast. I found out where the spa is, so we can go.
What spa?
The spa that we agreed to go to before we went on this trip. I think the first thing Lovelace said or someone said that the first thing we did in the city would be going to the spa, but then we did this, so second thing.
Can't even meet Mir in the eye because your fucking eyes are covered. I'm just glaring at Wings. You know what? I step forward and I jab my finger in your chest.
Doesn't move.
I don't know if I like you.
Okay.
I think you're really irritating me today. And like little sparks start to flash every time I stab my finger in your breastplate.
I think that you can be angry with me, but I've told your friends, and it applies to you, that I would help you because I haven't met anyone who knows anything of what life was before, so you can be angry with me. But just know that I still value you.
You don't know me. How are you supposed to value me?
I just know that if anything happens right now to you or any of your group, that I would forsake all of the bad luck to make sure that nobody got hurt. To know the previous world is a gift and also a curse, and I thought I was alone. So to not be alone means more than anything in the world. So
So you're desperate.
in a sense. But it seems like you all are too. No, none of us know where to go. None of us know what's next. None of us have any answers, but we all have questions. We only have each other.
Doesn't mean I have to like all of you.
But maybe if we go to the spa, you will.
What do you think a spa is? It's not Disneyland. It's not gonna fix everything.
I spoke to some of the adventurers, the local adventurers, and well, actually, they were from out of town, but they said it really did great things for their group.
Fine, whatever, let's go. Lead the way, I don't know where I'm going.
He just nods and starts walking.
As you all start walking again, Cielo kind of angry and the crowd parting around her because there's an angry person and they're trying to stay out of her way. You see one person doesn't disperse with the crowd, but is standing in the middle of the street, kind of looking towards you all. She is familiar to many of you, except for Mir, as you find standing about like 10 to 20 feet away from you is Sure Innie. As a reminder, Innie was Crichton's apprentice. You met her in Refnell, and was very much a non-combatant, was there to take notes, and is Crichton's apprentice for like city official business, but not so much for adventuring business. And she is an Achen with short violet hair and large dark eyes. Right now, she's wearing a like shining thin blue robe with various openings along the sides to make room for her like fins and webbing. She's got gills that are presently closed tight, and she stands there with like a book held in front of her in both hands. And as you approach, she greets you gingerly and says, "Pardon me, welcome to Ardenil. I've received word that you had arrived. If you would care, we have prepared some rooms for you at the Adventurer's Cove in town."
Oh, I'm glad news of our arrival came to some friends. I wouldn't say maybe
course.
some lodging. I'll look to the rest of the group.
I like free.
Free is fantastic. Our guild leader has heard news of what happened in Refnell and is very interested in you all. He's a very busy man, but he has carved time out of his schedule if you would care to meet with him tomorrow in the early evening, after the demon sage is due to arrive in Ardenil. But if you do not wish to meet him, that is fine. The rooms are still available to you to use as you see fit for your stay here. And if you have any questions or need anything, then you may discuss it with me.
Do we object? I don't see any reason why we shouldn't meet with the guildmaster, especially someone who has business here. We can ask some questions, get some information we don't already have.
Who
Plus, every
notified you of our arrival?
Well, we did know that you would be traveling here. Crichton shared that she told you about the placement exams and that you all were interested and said you'd be following behind after us. And we have contacts that keep an eye out for persons of interest within the city.
What particular reason you find us interesting?
Well, you appear to be very capable, upcoming adventurers. If you were at all open to the suggestion of joining a prior established guild, such as Rearguard, we would be interested in speaking of that possibility to you and sharing the benefits that you would receive with such a placement.
I'd like to try to get a gauge of, like, does this person seem to know that we're special?
Okay. Give me an inspect check. This will be insight plus insight.
Okay, because
Do
I'm
they catch our aura? Do they know that we're
because I'm pretty sure we didn't tell anybody that we're not from this world.
Yes, that is correct.
Been very, very careful about that. Okay. Wow, that's terrible. I rolled a 4. I would like to re-roll here. I'd like to invoke one of my identities, if that's okay.
Okay. What
I-
identity are you invoking?
I'd like to invoke my identity of cold-hearted tactician. Essentially, Viscera wants to know if we're walking into a trap.
Okay.
Or maybe something that
Yeah.
might be kind of, like, loaded with strings.
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll again. I'll allow it. That makes sense.
Okay.
That fits.
I'll spend my Fabula point, and I will re-roll. I'll re-roll both of them, because it sucked. Rolled a 17. Much
Ooh.
better.
Way better.
Okay. So you get the sense that Innie doesn't know anything in particular. However, she is in a fairly high position within the guild. She's apprenticed to be a judge, which is a very noteworthy and important position. And while the guild wants to welcome you and wants to have this meeting with you, but Innie herself feels that this task is a little beneath her and isn't super psyched to be the welcoming committee for all of you. She doesn't know, you don't get the sense that she knows you're from another world or anything, but you get the sense that the guildmaster's interest in you is a little out of place from what she understands of the situation.
I suppose it doesn't hurt to get to know a few people, especially in a city that we are unfamiliar with.
Of course. Our connections will help you greatly. If you'd like, I can show you to the Adventurers Cove. It is near the Adventurers Union building. Or you may simply ask around, find your own way. The rooms are under your names, so you should be able to tell the attendant, and they will help you as well as they are able.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to walk over there together. I think it's on the way to the spa, right?
The spa? There
Yes,
is
yeah.
a spa in the area, yes.
I'll see why not. We can head over there, see what the rooms are, drop some stuff off, and then head to the spa from there.
Yeah.
Well then, allow me to show you the way. And She turns, opening her book and writing some notes in the book, while kind of leading the way through the city streets towards the Adventurer's Cove and the spa and all these other places that you are interested in seeing. But I need to Google what all spas do so that I can I can do that real good next session. So we're gonna end the session here. Thank you all so much
Yay!
for playing and for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and thank you so much for all of the surges that we will probably get to use next time, because I imagine things are going to get very interesting very quickly now that we're here in Autumnil.
What makes you say that? What did I hint at?
What do you mean?
Suspicious.
You don't know what's happening.
I know everything. But for now, we are going to do some outros. Please tell me who you are, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the episode was. And we'll start with Drac.
You were gonna start with me.
I always
Hi.
choose Drac first.
Hi, I'm Drac, or Draconic. You can find me on all socials at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm predominantly on Blue Sky, so you can just follow me there and just add a .itch.io to find me over there. I do TTRPG stuff like what I did today. I think the only thing I will say is very specifically is check out Sacred Machinations on all podcast services. We've got the incredible GM Lexi McQueen in there with an incredible player Stella Luna, and me. I'm one of the players and the producer of the actual play, using a system that I'm currently writing, powered by Fabula Ultima. So if you understand and like this system, you will very much like and understand the system I'm currently working on for Sacred Machinations of the same name. Favorite thing today, I think it was definitely Cielo's like outbreak at the beginning of all of the things adding up to just Cielo being so pissed off.
That was incredible.
It was very fun. And all of the very awkward silences about like, especially when Mia was like, "Are you all friends?" And there was like full on like 10 seconds of silence. It was really good. It's my favorite because I'm always a fan of like us having to find that connection instead of like immediately starting off with it. That's fun. Yeah, that was my favorite part of this session. I'm gonna throw it over to Lexi.
Oh my gosh, it's me. Yeah, my name's Lexi, otherwise known as Black Girl Mage on X, unfortunately, Blue Sky, YouTube, all of those things. I played Mir, and I like to do similar to what Drax said, tabletop stuff. I like to run games, I like to play games, I like to talk about games, all of those wonderful things. The main thing that I'm in right now is Sacred Machinations, where I'm the GM. My lovely players are really making my world feel great and well lived in, and testing my NPCs. And then also I'm in a Call of Cthulhu actual play called The Forbidden over on the Dungeon Run. That's very, very fun. But outside of that, these three things are the things that I do. So I'll be back here the next time to do exactly this one more time. Dope. Favorite thing, loved the games. I'm a big fan of like games within games. So carnivals, like anytime I as a DM or a GM can throw carnival games in, I'm so excited. But it was very fun to have someone be like, "Your turn." that was great. So yeah, loved that. I will toss it to Liv.
Hi everybody, my name's Liv. You can find me online at Liv in a Day. This is really the only show that I do right now. I have a couple of things like baking, and one day they'll come out of the oven. But in due time, right now, this is a thing that I'm doing. Not in due time, at this time, right now. As much as I fucking crashed out hard. Honestly, my favorite thing was crashing out. Sometimes you just need to let out some emotion. Sometimes you need to hit the rage room, and thank you for letting this be my rage room. I love you all very much. Mwah. Oh, also, other favorite thing, loving the rivalry between Cielo and Viscera. Maybe they'll kiss. I don't know. in 4 seasons though, because we hate each other.
In 4
Speaking of,
seasons, the final episode, it
yeah,
ends after that.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
There would be
So,
no
wait,
reason to
no.
keep playing. That's
Yeah,
what we're all
yeah,
adding up
true.
to.
Did you do your outro?
No, I can go next if you
Okay.
want.
All right, because I'm talking about you. There you go.
Hi, I'm Stella Luna TV on social media. You can find all my stuff over on my Blue Sky at stellaluna.tv. I do this all the time, doing so much of this. Check out Sacred Machinations. It is my favorite thing ever. Lexi is fucking amazing. Drac is so sweet and just so adorable, and I love Drac's character so much. Yeah, just watch it. It's so good. It's so
My
good.
favorite Doji Bionicle, a phrase I actually said
said
about
that my
Jack's
favorite Doji
character.
And it fits. I did literally give like when we were getting character art, I gave Dochi's braids as a reference for the character art. Yeah, the Dochi Bionicle.
So good. Please check it out. And also, you'll always find more TTRPG stuff here at my Twitch, twitch.tv/StellaLuna. My favorite part, I will say that I really enjoyed how Emma set up the session with just a mix of a lot of different things. It felt really good to always start with like RP, of course, and then doing the mini games, but also taking opportunity to connect us with the lore of the world and giving us like the agency to like ask about different things we might be interested in. I think that's really important for games to kind of help anchor people, especially because it's like, hey, we're in a completely different world right now, and to like help NPCs feel like real people and the world feel like a real sandbox. Just being able to hear about the little bits and pieces and pick them up, because you know they could be wrong, right? It could just be hearsay and rumors, but I mean that's the first step to learning stuff. You just gotta ask it. So I thought that was really cool. So thank you for making that be possible. I'm gonna throw it over to Alex.
Woo! Hey everybody, my name's Alex. You can catch me on Blue Sky and itch at Ghost Chicken RPG. I am designing and working on a pirate game, per usual. Outside of that, yeah, that's like the only socials I'm on, but you know, I'm here on the show too, hanging out with the homies. In terms of my favorite part of the session, I mean, anytime I get to gamble, I'm good. Like,
I can talk about what was my least favorite part. The part where Alex won everything.
I won 2 things. Emma won 1 thing, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know.
My least favorite part was losing everything. Yeah. Piss me
but-
off.
Outside of that, I'm excited to see how the group dynamic grows. Because I think season 1, there was a lot of like, we're just getting used to our bodies. And I think seeing how everybody interacts with each other, and as we flesh out our own characters, we've only played, you know, like 9/10 sessions now, and I think, you know, for an isekai where you're going from like not knowing anything to knowing everything, it really takes some time for characters to really fall into place, and even for characters who've been in the world for a long time, like Mir and Loveless, I think I'm learning how to play out this character too. So, yeah, with that though, I'll hand it over to the wonderful Emma.
Hi, it's me, the wonderful Emma. You can find me on Blue Sky at Emmapanada. I made that personal Blue Sky specifically for this campaign, and I'm not used to using it yet. But hey, maybe I will get used to using it, and you can see what I post there. I'm also writing a TTRPG called All the Witches. You can find information about that at All the Witches on Blue Sky. I'm posting like largely daily updates about how progress is going and how all that is. We're getting close to being done with it, which is super exciting. Excited to get it out into the world. I think it will be really neat and cool, and I hope people like it. Because if they don't like it, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself.
I like it, Emma.
I love playing it.
There's so much more to it now. I've added
hell
so
yeah.
much.
I like
So I'm
more.
hoping people like. I hope people like all the additions and things. But yeah, my real favorite was I don't know where I've been in many campaigns where a player like role plays their character being angry at the rest of the party, but isn't actually angry at the party, like the player being angry. Like most of the time, if like a player or a character is angry at the party, it's because the player is angry, and they role play that. But this was just such a like fun exercise in petty frustration, and legitimately, it was absolutely perfect. I can't explain why it was perfect to my ends fully, but oh my god, chef's kiss. I loved it so much. But then, like, other people said that, so I don't want to claim that as my favorite, because I also want to highlight the sex god scene.
Yes!
I wrote that for last session, and I was
Yes!
so sad I didn't get to read it. And so I was so happy to read it this time. And for one,
That
it was great. At the like
shocking.
1 second I looked at everybody and everybody was dying, and I just fucking lost it. Was so good. But also, immediately when I started reading that, I just saw the chat like moving so fast in the corner of my eye, and oh my god, so fun, so good. And I really enjoyed that moment. It was great.
That was crazy. That was
Yeah.
crazy. You were crazy for that.
Emma, partway through there, we got a raid from Technique. Thank you so much for the raid.
We got
like,
a
over 100 people. It's like, great. Bring
I
up the
think we got
popcorn.
it. I noticed the raid. I think we got it like right before, and I was like, this is
Yeah.
perfect to come in on. So if you stuck around, thanks. I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun.
So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone who's watching this over on YouTube. Please leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite part of this episode was. But we will be back with more Our Lives After on Tuesday, the 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you then. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.